morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown. This week featuring Wake up, wake up. Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Make it strong, please. Hey! Oh! Hey! Wake up, wake up!
Good morning, everyone.
Hi guys, it was Friday, January 28th, oh my god, it's January 29th, right? Yes, it's Friday, January 29th. We're really well prepared for this show.
You're killing it.
I know what date it is.
You forgot to prepare by knowing the dates. Good morning, everyone.
There's so much to talk about. We have such a great show for you today. Dave LaFrance is here.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go on a really fun tour of the Commons with him and all of the artists that are working there yesterday.
Mm-hmm. We also had the performance from John Richardson.
One of our favorite piano men ever.
Yeah. We're really excited.
Oh, and a really fun game of For Your Consideration.
Yeah. Bob prepared a monologue for y'all.
Guess the movie, win a prize. I'm almost off book. This is the first time that I'm gonna get nervous.
I know. That's happened to me last time. I really thought.
You're really...
Yeah. I really thought I knew, and then I didn't. How was your week, Bob?
My week was really, really fun. Didn't you have a blast on Monday hosting trivia with Mona Moore?
Monday was wild. We had, as always, we did Monday Bruce Clues trivia here at the brewery. Well, we weren't here at the brewery, but, you know, the whole thing. We did have a guest host. It was lovable drag character, Miss Mona Moore, and it was fun.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you post that clip?
Which one?
With the picture of Marianne Gilligan's
No,
Island?
not yet. Yeah.
I thought that was really fun.
But stay tuned. Follow Provincetown Brewing Company. Follow Wake Up in Provincetown Instagram page, and you will see some fun clips from this past week's trivia.
It was a really good time. Also, you know what I have to tell you that I did this week?
Mm-hmm.
I had lunch with a really, really old friend of mine who lives in Wilmington, Delaware.
Interesting. Like a Zoom lunch?
Well, no, because I don't want to watch anybody eat food.
That's true.
Least of all, not in person. But we just put our phones on speakerphone and had lunch and
That's really
talked for
cute.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm I should have been doing this more over the last year.
That is nice.
It was really, really sweet. We caught up. Hadn't spoken in a year probably.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read all those articles in The Atlantic and Esquire or whatever this week that are friendship has changed forever due to the pandemic?
I read the titles. I didn't feel like I needed to read the article. What does that mean? What were the points it made?
Well, one was categories of friendship have vanished completely for the time being. The person that you would run into at work at the water cooler. These brief interactions, running into somebody at the coffee shop.
Right.
The short interactions that are actually quite necessary for mental and emotional health. We're not getting all of them.
Right.
Our life.
Yes, but it's
Check, 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 check.
You didn't see that part of it? No. No, the public.
Check, 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 check. This is the single one. Okay, this one's live.
Should we just put that one in the middle?
Yeah, so
Peter says this is active front, it's negative.
Huh?
Yeah. We're back.
Hi. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. We had a touch of technical difficulties. We're gonna blame the weather.
It's -7 degrees outside with the wind chill.
That's horrifying.
This is the only time where I feel like it's actually cold outside. When it gets into like, you know, the teens, people are like, ooh, freezing. I'm like, no, -7 is freezing.
Yeah.
15 is actually not that bad.
And I feel like we've been lucky so far. Lucky as in this moment, it's not that cold. Not lucky in, oh my God, our planet is warming up, and that's why. But yeah.
Where were we? What were we just
We were talking about my week.
Oh, right.
And I was about to tell you, I did nothing. No, honestly, one of the only things that's keeping me entertained and having a really great time is Drag Race. Are you watching?
I'm up to date.
With American Drag Race.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. I love American Drag Race, but this season of UK Drag Race is so amazing. So if you're not watching that and you're a fan of Drag Race, you should.
How does the picture look right now? I'm getting people just being like, oh, I can't see you.
there's nothing we can do.
There's nothing? Okay.
It's, yeah.
Because it's cold.
You guys, it's cold and the internet is shit today, and the picture might just look like this for the next hour. We're really sorry about that, but there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, I have a little blemish on my face, so I'm happy about it.
I'm like an indistinguishable blob on TV right now.
That's my drag name, Indistinguishable Blob.
So you watch Drag Race, and that's keeping you going all week?
Yeah. My pod all enjoys it, so we all kind of come together to watch.
Yeah.
And it's been very cute. Yeah.
How did you feel about Kimora going home? Was it Kimora?
Yeah. She's great, but you have to start sending people home at some point. And like as every season, the first few people that go home, it's like you always want to see more because you know they have so much prepared, but
Right.
someone's got to go home.
Yeah.
She got 4 episodes, so
Who's next?
I don't know.
You don't think somebody's the worst out of what's left? You must.
I just have really, I find that my opinions are very different than everyone else's, it seems, so I'm going to keep them to myself.
That's not true. You've loved Simone since the beginning.
Yeah, but everyone
Everybody
likes
seems to agree.
Denali, and
Really?
as much as I think she's an incredible performer,
Somebody behind the camera is going, ugh.
yeah, I'm just not everyone in the season is amazing, but just like people have to go home, I have to pick my favorites, and she's not one of them. But she seems to be a lot of other people's favorites, so that's great. Yeah. Trying to be diplomatic here.
I see that.
Yeah. But watch UK Drag Race. There's a ton of really incredible people on it.
Okay.
Bimini Bon Boulash is my favorite.
I'll watch it now.
Yeah. In horrible quality because of the internet.
No, I have to sign up for World of Wonder app?
Yeah.
I just did that.
Do you have a local news story?
There's a lot going on in local news, you guys.
That's true.
First and foremost, after 39 years, Dougie is going to close the West End Salon. The building is up for sale. We are going to have him actually on the show next week to talk about his legendary career in Provincetown before and after, what he's up to next. I just think it's so... Very few places in town have been in the same location for 39 years.
Totally.
And it's iconic. You know, we bike past it every day when we go to work. The bubbles are always coming out the windows.
Yeah. Depending on my mood, I love or hate them. Like some days I'm like, bubbles! And other days I'm like, rah.
Right.
If I'm like Oscar the Grouch that day.
One day when I was biking to work, there was a kid, like a gay dude in his 20s, walking through the bubbles going, die, fun, die! And I was like, I want to meet that person. That's hilarious.
Oh my God. I knew about the West End Salon way before I moved to Provincetown. I think it was in my teens.
Because of Tabitha Salon
Because
Makeover?
of Tabitha Salon Takeover, which I loved that show. And I think I've seen every episode, and Dougie was the only person who, like, once Tabitha left, was like, fuck all that, and switched it right back. Which at the time I was like, what an idiot. But now I'm like, yeah, that's
Right.
just like, welcome to Provincetown.
Yeah, I'm going to do things my way. Robbie La Riviere was on it, and who now cuts hair in Beverly Hills. If you're watching, Robbie, we love you. Miss you.
Well, he kind of became a reality TV show star.
Yeah.
Like, his first appearance, I think, was Tabitha Salon Takeover, and he was kind of the star of that episode. And then he was on that show.
Which one?
Prince Charming.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it was like gay bachelor, and I think he really had a moment on that show.
So obviously we're sad about the West End Salon closing, but excited for Dougie and the future of his co-workers and himself. What else is going on in local news?
There is a little drama.
What do you mean by drama?
So the night of New Year's Eve, not that it's drama, I just think it's something we should all talk about, because I think there's things to be said on both sides. But on New Year's Eve, someone went around to enforce the 10 o'clock curfew, and I know there were some restaurants and local establishments that were fined, and some of them were for having people in the restaurant past 10 o'clock, which I think they were being a stickler because it was New Year's Eve and they expected people to kind of blur the rules. But one restaurant in particular appealed their fine. It was Sal's, and they did that because there were people, in fact, dining in the restaurant after 10 o'clock, but it was all staff members. All the guests had left. They had finished their work, and it's I think it's tradition at Sal's at the end of every shift, they get a moment to sit down, relax, enjoy some food, be fed after working a long shift, and that's why they were fined for having staff inside. And I think the thing that kind of was like, I was like, okay, that kind of makes me mad, is the person who gave them the fine said that, like, we do understand that according to the guidelines, staff is allowed to be in the restaurant after 10 o'clock, but is under the expectation that they will be cleaning.
Yeah.
Which I think,
don't eat after
right.
running around for 8 hours on your feet.
Right, running around waiting on maskless people. And I know I don't want to say people that work in restaurants are forced back into working at restaurants, but it's one of those things, like, people, there's so much gray area in all this, and people need to make a living. I'm sure everyone would prefer to stay home and be safe, but that's not feasible for people that can't do that financially, and they have no support, so they have to go back to work. And then they wait on people that are maskless all day, and then after their 8 to 10 hour shift, finally have a chance to sit down and eat, and it's like, oh no, you're supposed to be here cleaning.
Don't you think it's interesting that the vote to uphold this decision was a 3-2 vote by the health board?
Yeah.
With one person abstaining.
Yeah, I know. I hear that the health board usually likes to make a decision and then move forward of the unified front, but it seems like this one was a little more contentious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting to me.
What side do you fall on? Do you think they should enforce that fine, or do you think they should have not enforced the fine?
I'm always on the side of the restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
you know that about me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a restaurant person for my entire adult working life. And if you've never worked in a restaurant, family meal is a restaurant tradition. Whether that particular restaurant decides to do it before the shift or after the shift, it's up to the restaurant. I know
Yeah.
lots of places that do it one way or the other. I think it's just tacky. It's a bad look. Like,
Yeah.
it's like 2 minutes after 10. They worked all night. It's a holiday. I would have been one of the 2 people that voted against this if I were on the health board. I'm not on the health board.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have abstained either. I wonder who the person was that abstained. Do you think that person?
They were like, I'm not getting into it. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think they should have not upheld the fine. I've worked in restaurants like you kind of my entire life, and I feel like there's a lot of instances where there's kind of this weird, like, oh, but you're an employee and you're not a human.
It's also the law, or the whatever you want to call it, statute is very interestingly worded, where it could be interpreted in more than one way. Where you could interpret it as the workers are allowed to be in here, period, doing
Right.
whatever, which is how I would have interpreted it. Or it's, the workers are allowed to be in here packing up to go, or like you're still allowed to be serving
Right.
takeout food and stuff.
Right.
And I don't agree with that interpretation.
Good.
Like, let them eat.
Right. Yeah,
Aren't you always hungry at the end of the night?
Oh, I'm always hungry. Period. Yeah, but I feel like working in restaurants, there's a lot of weird instances where you're made to feel like there's this weird kind of like fourth wall in restaurants that I think is really uncomfortable. Like, I've worked at places that has one bathroom for staff and guests, and they're like, don't use the bathroom between 6 and 10 because we're busy. I'm like, I don't know if you know, but I'm a human being that has to use the bathroom when I have to use the bathroom.
Right.
And if you've never worked in restaurants and you're only a guest, I hate to break it to you, but the people waiting on you are actual human beings with the same needs that all human beings have.
I know it's weird that they have to like blink and drink water during the shift.
Right.
Maybe one day there will be robots waiting on you. That day is not now.
No.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What else in local news? Oh, did you read the banner 2 days ago?
No.
Because the banner is, congratulations, by the way, to our friends in Plover, the Provincetown League of what is it? Of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
The Provincetown League of Visionary Revolutionaries.
Right. They were one of the front page articles in the online banner.
Yeah.
And I would just like to say, banner, we scooped ya. We had Plover on this show 2 months ago. Nice try, though. Banner.
It's okay that they watch us and they steal all our stories.
Meanwhile, I'm going to steal a story from the other newspaper. Are we allowed to talk about this?
Yeah.
Oh, so there is, if you haven't heard of Act en Masse, this is a progressive group pushing for transparency in state processes. And our representative, Sarah Peak, who, by the way, we're having on the show next week as well, came out vocally opposed to it. And the newspaper article quoted her as saying that this is an initiative that would only benefit Republicans. But everybody that has signed on to it is a Democrat.
Interesting. I mean, I'm interested. I don't know much about this, but I'm interested to see like what exactly transparency means.
Right. Well, I guess, a lot of times a bill gets killed in the House, and there are people who are just like, well, what does that mean? What's going on? What's happening to it? And according to the Provincetown Independent, Representative Peak said something to the effect of, if you drag every process out, everyth's just going to take longer. This is just going to get stuff held up.
Yeah, and there seems to be already a lot of like red tape and hurdles to jump.
And there's a rule right now where something's only allowed to take 24 hours. The people in Act en Masse think there should be a 72-hour window. Representative Peak is like, no.
Like I get that.
Right, that's going to slow things down even worse. So I can't wait to have her on the show.
Yeah.
So she can clarify her position on this, because I think maybe she was misrepresented in this article.
I also want to know more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to find out next week when we have Representative Peak on the show.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Is everyone paying it? I feel like the world, obviously the world always pays attention to the stock market, but I think everyone learned what the stock market is about this week.
Crash course.
Yeah. It's been wild. And it's hard because there's a lot of people being hurt by it, and a lot of people that are scared. But I think when you take, not to take all that away, but I think the big outcome that I'm getting from all this is the stock market is a really messed up place.
Didn't it always feel like gambling and sketchy, and there's people pulling strings, and we're never going to be one of them?
Right.
But right now, everything's kind of up in the air.
Right. And especially since 2008, when like that gambling, people were gambling and it affected everyone besides the people who were gambling, which is really unfortunate.
Right.
And it seems like the reverse of that, but it seems like people are still being hurt. So, yeah.
I just don't understand how, for a company that, it's a retail video game store, its business hasn't increased by that much, but it's suddenly worth, 1,700 times what it was worth 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm still confused by the technology that allows me to call somebody on the phone. And I'm talking about like the phone with a cord on it. So all of this kind of stuff, I'm like, what? I just don't get it.
Yeah.
But I want to learn more.
I got the most base explanation.
Tell it to me right now. Give me the 30-second version of this.
Okay, so the way hedge funds, the way they do this thing they do, it's called like shorting a stock, which is basically they borrow a stock from someone and say, give me your stock for a minute, I'm going to do some stuff so I can make some money. So you borrow a stock from someone, you sell it for $10, assuming that the valuation will go down a little.
You're betting on someone to fail.
Not necessarily fail, but there's fluctuations within the market, and they're hoping that they're going to sell and then it will drop a little. So they sell the stock for like say $10, and then it drops to $5. Then they buy it back for the $5, and then they've made $5 because they sold it for 10, and they buy it back for 5, and then they give that person their stock back. That person has their stock, they lose nothing, but they've gained $5 as a hedge fund. So basically what the people on social media did is they got wind that this hedge fund was doing this to GameStop's stock, and they started buying all the stock, which increases the price.
Right.
So this hedge fund borrowed a stock for $10, sold it for $10,
and now it costs $280.
Right, but they still have to give that stock back to the person they borrowed it from.
How much time do they have?
I don't know. It's one of those things where they could wait it out and wait for it to drop so that they can make money or not lose as much. But the people on social media are trying to actively keep the price high so that they can never do that, and they will eventually. People will be like, "Give me my stock back." They'll have to buy it back for that inflated price, and then they will lose tons of money.
So there's no telling how this is going to end?
No.
Or when?
It's like still currently in standoff mode.
Wow.
Get it a little?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was entirely 100% true, and I'm sure there's things in the middle that make it a little blurrier, but that's the most simple base explanation that made me understand it a little better.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I get it now too. If he said anything that you know to be untrue, feel free to put it in the comments.
Yeah, yell at us in the comments, please.
Otherwise, I think that was a pretty good explanation.
Yeah. So we are going to have Dave LaFrance back on the show later to talk in person, but I want to show you the video now. We stopped by this week to chat with him, get a little tour of the building, and also we were lucky enough to have the opportunity to chat with all the artists and people working in the space. They were all so kind. So let's take it away. Give you a watch that.
Hey guys, we're here with Dave LaFrance, the operations manager of the Commons at 46 Bradford Street, and he's going to take us inside and show us around, right, Dave?
Great. Hi
Also,
guys,
happy
thanks for
birthday.
coming. Thank you very much.
It's
Thank
his
you.
birthday.
Thanks for visiting us. Come on inside. So this is our lounge. This was inspired by Ken Falk's design team. All the woodwork was done by Nate McKean. This is a space for our guests and members to come have a coffee, talk, just convene. It's open to everyone. It's just an amazing space. All the artwork was donated. It's reminiscent of a dune shack, a Cape Cod dune shack, and it's a wonderful space.
Anybody can come in here?
Anybody can come in here, yes. That's using the space. So this is our exhibition hallway. It's one of the best places in town to show if you have a body of work and an audience. The hallway is rentable. You can rent the whole hallway for 2 weeks for $500, or you can rent one wall for $250. So you get 2 weeks to show for such a reasonable price. It's really an asset for artists that are underrepresented or not represented at all, but have a body of work they want to show. At the moment, this is a discombobulated show that we had for our artist playing cards, and these are the original artworks still on the wall.
You have all 52 in the hallway right now?
We don't anymore. Most of the pieces have either sold or gone back to the original artist, owner, but at one point we did have a full deck. Insert your joke here. But, everyone, this is Jill Stauffer, the Executive Director of the Commons. Jill?
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Thanks for being so welcoming to us in the community, and we're thrilled to be here. Thrilled to be open. Awesome. And great to see you guys. Thanks for coming in.
You too. Thanks, Jill. Thanks for having us.
So we have 4 meeting rooms here on the property. You can rent out either by the hour or the day. Most of our meeting rooms have teleconference capability. It's just another outlet or access for people that don't have space or are limited with the space that they have here in Provincetown. This is the community room. This is usually a rented out space for events or private meetings. But right now with COVID happening, we had to pivot, and it's an extension of our co-working space. So we have co-working members working out of this space currently, but in a normal circumstance, this space would be used as event space or large meeting. Currently, because we don't have shows going on, all the artwork on the wall is all studio artists' artwork. This is our co-working space. It's set up for 19 desks. At the moment, we have situated things to allow for social distance. So most of the people down here have a dedicated desk. Their desk is their desk, their space is their space. They come in on a daily basis. They work remotely from the Commons. And we've created a really nice environment here with people that just, are like-minded or are working remotely and just, needed a place to work. So in other options that we have here at the Commons, if you don't rent a meeting room, we have 2 soundproof booths for people to use for Zoom meetings or to stare out just into the crowd if you wanted to. See, it works.
Hi, my name is Mallory Ryman. I'm a curator and art advisor. I'm the principal and head of curatorial projects at Artworks, which is a mission-driven art advising firm. I also do random curatorial shows. I do some writing. This is the latest issue of Boston Art Review, and the cover image is from an artist that I did an interview with that's in here. Check it out, buy it. And I come to the Commons because internet at my house in North Truro is terrible. And also my mom is there. So this is a really great place just to gather with like-minded people, interesting people, and have a sense of community, even though the pandemic has made community such a weird thing. So thank you, Dave and Jill, for creating this and letting me be here.
Hi everyone, this is Byron Crawford. He's one of our co-working members.
Hi, I'm Byron. I'm a co-working member.
Do you want to tell them what you're doing and how you're using the space?
I work here remotely. I work for a company, nutritional supplement and lifestyle brand. And I work here because at home, all I just eat is peanut butter and not get anything done. But here at the Commons, I can talk to people and feel like there's some semblance of normality. But
we don't let you eat.
No, at all, ever.
Hi everyone, we're here with Tom Young. Tom runs his own nonprofit and he's using the Commons to do so. Tom, do you want to explain about your nonprofit?
Sure. Hello everyone. My name is Tom Young. I'm the executive director of a nonprofit called Recycling Rules. I'm a recycling advocate, and the recycling nonprofit helps educate residents in municipalities across the U.S. on all the various rules of recycling. And I also joined the RREC here in town, which is the Recycling and Renewable Energy Committee. Thanks.
Where can we find you?
You can find me on recyclingrules.org.
And why did you choose to work in this space?
Because I got tired of working from home. This is a great resource for the town. It really gives me a place to come every day and collaborate with other people. It's just an awesome resource.
Hi everyone, we're here with Earl Demaculangan. Earl was huge when we needed him to redo our website. Earl is working remotely here from the Commons, and I'll let him describe what he does.
Earl Demaculangan. I own a marketing firm that does a lot of marketing with jazz musicians and also IT companies, and I work with people around the globe and around the clock, so it's nice to be able to come to the Commons during the day and be able to work here as opposed to working from home all the time. And it's a great place to be able to meet people. It's a nice mixture of artists and business people and entrepreneurs and people from all takes. So it's a nice atmosphere.
So we've got 4 studios on the property. Right now we have 4 artists in here working at the moment. And our studio artists apply online. We're available to anyone that's on the Outer Cape. The whole purpose of these studio spaces is to give a collaborative workspace for artists that don't have an opportunity or the finances to have their own studio space in town.
My name is Donna Pomponio, and I have been a studio artist here since inception, I think April 2019. And it's really helped me a lot in that I have been able to come outside of my small apartment and have studio space again. And it's allowed me to expand in what I do. I'm working in very large figurative type paintings. And I'm documenting kind of people that have been here for a very, very long time, be it artists, 84-year-old studio mates, dance Pilates teacher who's been a choreographer dancer, and just all kinds of people here in Provincetown. So did a portraiture series from literature. So it's helped me expand and grow and also collaborate with other artists that are in the studio. It's really nice to have a shared space opposed to isolation alone. So this way you can work out an idea. At the end of the day, you can say, hey, I'm painting by myself here. Can you give me an objective eye? And so it's been really helpful to have other people.
Hi, my name's Paul Rizzo, and I've been showing at the Commons for a while now, and it's been invaluable having the space to work on as many things as I like to work on, because I always want to start something new. And I'm represented by 411 Gallery, also in town, and yeah, I love it here.
Hi, I'm Benoit. I'm new here at the Commons, though I've been in P-Town for 8 years now. The Commons has been already in just a few weeks incredibly a game changer, incredibly valuable. It's offering a space for me to spread out, work on art projects that I never really had the confidence to start in my own space due to lack of space, due to lack of motivation. I'm working with oil paints for the first time ever, thanks to help from my studio mates, thanks to the space to just spread out and do it. I'm working on a Provincetown-based tarot deck right now, currently working on sketching out the major arcana cards, and I'd like to ultimately do it in a digital drawing technique. So that's a long-term project that I'm working on, and having the devoted creative space mentally just puts you so much ahead of the game, other than sitting in my tiny dark apartment all winter long. So I'm really glad to be here, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here.
Okay, hey, my name's Dan Wagner. I'm a painter here. Do a lot of abstract things. I started at the Commons. I was one of the first people with Donna, and we kind of broke in. It was kind of a learning curve. Staff was new, we were new. We had a fun time. It's a great collaboration of artists who get together and share ideas and paint and go off into their own little world of the easel and paint. I would be lost without the Commons. First thing I do in the morning is come here and work and almost treat it like a 9-to-5 job. I'm finding I get a lot done that way, where I just come here. It's a great place to have. It's a great place to work.
Hello, my name is Tor Jensen, and I've been in the Commons for about a month and a half now. And it's wonderful. I'm sculpting, I'm doing some 3D things, which is not the usual in P-Town, a lot of painting, a lot of photography, so I think it's really fun to represent a different art medium. And I'm really using this space as an experimental setup through school and traveling and work. I've not ever really had so much of a home base where I could sprawl out all of my stuff and just get creative with it. So this is my first winter staying in town, and I can really put down some roots. So it's been really, really amazing as far as, you know, having a dedicated space, being able to put in the time and the experimentations. I mean, this was a failed experiment, but learning a bunch, figuring things out, and the feedback in the community here, it's just really, really nice to be able to kind of get these ideas out of my head and see what everybody else is thinking about, instead of me trying to talk to my friends who have no idea what I'm talking about or don't care. And so it's really good to be able to spend that time and space with other artists to get that kind of collaborative energy flowing.
Birthday to you.
That's really nice.
Happy birthday to you. Oh. Happy birthday, dear Dave. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, yeah, have a cupcake.
It was so fun hanging out at the Commons this week. We were so lucky to spend Dave's birthday with him. We're going to have him back in just a little bit to chat, but first...
Another birthday.
It's a birthday today.
We're calling somebody who we both love very, very deeply.
Your call has been
You mother... Can you believe that?
172.
I don't know.
Why would he do that?
4
What?
7.
Not answer the phone.
So that his number gets read on our show. Try again.
How dare you? You better answer the phone, Tommy Myers.
You have to like hit it.
I know.
Yeah.
Hit it.
Ooh, it's ringing.
He wanted you to sing. So this is Tommy Myers,
shan't.
my work husband. Why not? You have to sing. Tommy?
Papa Louie.
How are you?
I'm good. What are you doing?
You are our birthday call on the show.
What are you doing?
I must be a little behind you because I'm just on the arts segment at the Commons right now.
Well, your voice is on the phone live right now, and we're going to sing happy birthday to you. Ready?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tommy. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
I'm sure that included a stripper pole that I just...
Oh yeah, you'll see it in about 30 seconds.
We love you. Happy birthday.
What big plans for your birthday? You're gonna go clamming in the snow?
The tide is not cooperating today for climbing, otherwise I would go. I'm going to install my new seat covers on my new birthday present, which is my truck.
Oh,
but the seat covers came in yesterday.
Oh, enjoy your birthday present.
So I will. And then, Bob, for you, I have a whole bag of birthday treats for you.
Ooh.
Pots and pans and kitchen items.
Amazing! Even I get presents on Tommy's birthday. That's why Tommy's such a good friend.
Happy birthday, Tommy. Have a really great day.
Have fun, you guys.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Bye. Thank you.
We are
So
4 for
fun.
12 now.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that now?
Oh, yeah. Jonathan, you have those 2 pictures handy, right? So we thought it would be fun to start a little photo contest, like a viewer-submitted photo contest. And here are a couple of examples of local photography recently taken by friends of ours. There's one of Michael Goff's shadow at low tide. Do you have that one? I think this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's so indicative of the light that happens here this time of year. And
You said
really
that
all
was
the
a
time.
sunrise picture?
Was it? Did he say?
Like it.
It was? So sunrise on the bay side of town. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Not something I see very often.
Yeah, like perfect like winter cloud coverage.
So are there parameters or?
Well, I figured we would give everybody one parameter. Like we'll tell you what we want or what the parameters are, and then you'll have a couple of weeks to go and take pictures, and then you'll
Cute.
submit them. So we'll do this like once a month.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks afterwards, we'll be like, this is the winner of the photo.
Yeah.
That we all just decide on together.
Cute. We'll post some info on our Instagram account.
Yeah.
We hit a milestone on our Instagram account this week, so we want to thank all of our viewers and our fans.
Thanks, guys.
Fans. But we hit 1,000 Instagram followers this week, which is always fun and exciting. So if you don't follow us, please check out our Instagram and give us a follow. Yeah, we'll have all of our photo contest submissions. We'll post them on there and see what y'all like.
One more picture, Jonathan, real quick. Nick Jefferson took this one of the breakwater the other night when it was snowing. You kind of had to leave your house at midnight or whatever time it was to go, like we did during that snowstorm, that first snowstorm. And this is one of my favorite pictures I think that I've ever seen of the breakwater. I don't think he color corrected it at all. It's like a gray sky, snow-covered breakwater from dead on with the Wood End Lighthouse flashing red in the distance. Look at that.
Gorge.
So, I mean, I was debating, like, should the first photo contest be low tide or breakwater? Not everybody's in town, but if you're in town, like, go take a really beautiful picture of the breakwater.
And I know a lot of people have breakwater pictures on their
Yeah.
phone already. So yeah, we'll post about it on our Instagram account. We'll share some pictures and we'll see what y'all like as well. Awesome.
Am I supposed to do this now?
Yeah, we're gonna do our game now. So this week we're doing another installment of For Your Consideration, where we do classic movie monologues and you call in and guess the movie. So the number you're gonna call is 617-676-7597. The prize this week is a gift card to the Red Inn. Bob prepared a monologue for us. So get that number put in. Once again, it's 617-676-7597. And as soon as you know the movie that this monologue is from, give us a ring and we'll answer.
Guess the movie, win a prize.
Yeah.
Does everybody have the number plugged in?
Yeah, take it away, Bob.
Okay, I think I know it by heart, but it's gonna be here. Ready? As I lay in the back of Buck's truck, trying to will my limbs out of entropy, I could see the faces of the cunts who did this to me, and the dicks responsible, members all of the deadly Viper assassination squad. When fortune smiles on something as violent and ugly as revenge, it seems proof like no other that not only does God exist, you're doing his will. At a time when I knew the least about my enemies, the name at the top of my death list, O-Ren Ishii, was the easiest to find. But of course, when you accomplish the difficult task of becoming queen of the Tokyo underworld, one doesn't keep it a secret, does one? Wiggle your big toe.
We have a caller.
And scene.
Scott?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Really good. What's your name?
My name is Scott.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Boston.
Oh, awesome.
Hi, Scott from Boston. What's your guess?
Kill Bill Volume 1.
That's right!
You nailed it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for playing. We will be in touch shortly to get you your gift card. Thank you so much.
Excellent, thank you.
Congratulations, Scott from Boston. I did it. I didn't even look at the paper once.
Nailed it. I see Emmys in the future.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm going to send this to Uma Thurman.
We'll tag her. I'm sure she's watching.
Uma, cheers to you.
Yeah. Should we have John Richardson perform?
Oh, I can't
for us?
wait. I haven't seen John Richardson in person in so long.
I know, it's been a minute. John Richardson prepared a number for us. We're going to take it away, and when we come back, we will have Dave LaFrance live and in person for y'all.
Hello! Hi guys. Oh yes, hello. Hi everybody. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm John Richardson, and I hope that you're doing well. And I'm so glad to be on. Bob and Harrison, hello. Yes. Well, I'm John Richardson. I do a thing called Virtual Piano Bar. It's a company that I started with John Hawkins, and it's based here in Provincetown. And it's just a live singer and a piano, and you all sit in your homes, and we sing you songs, and you sing along, and hopefully have a nice, comforting beverage next to you. I know I've gotten to be on here before and say hello, but thank you again for having me. And I think that the best thing to do in the morning is to sing. And I am a big Rodgers and Hammerstein fan. And this song has been very close to my heart. It's called If I Loved You. And if there are gay people watching this broadcast right now, then you know some Carousel. And so let's sing this song together. It's good to do in the morning. If I loved you, time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way, round in You can't go wrong with a little carousel on a Friday morning. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. I'm John Richardson, and I'm so grateful to be on Wake Up Provincetown. Thank you to Bob and Harrison. Yay. Good morning, everybody. See ya.
Hi.
Oh, that was so great.
I know. Thank you, John. You love that song.
Yeah, of course.
What is it from?
Carousel.
Oh, I've never seen Carousel. You guys, we have to tell you a couple of things before we introduce Dave. There is a parking ban today from 12 to 9 on Commercial Street, we just found out. So if you're in town, don't park on Commercial Street. They're anticipating some terrible weather aside from it being really cold. And what did you say, Mark? Groundhog Day is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the last show before Groundhog Day. We're going to find out soon whether America gets 400 more years of systemic racism.
Oh my God. We also forgot to do weather. It's cold. Anyway. Cold all weekend, snow today.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, are we on a wide shot yet?
No, we were. We were the whole time.
Oh, we were? Dave was just sitting there while we
just
were
wanted to make sure Dave's handsome face was on camera the whole time.
You guys, this is, as Tor told us yesterday, Provincetown's most eligible bachelor, Dave LaFrance.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming by the Commons the other day.
That was so really fun.
And I'm a viewer. I watch every week.
Aww.
Thanks for doing this. Congratulations on everything you guys have accomplished. It's amazing.
Right back at you.
And I'm glad you guys got to see a little bit of the Commons. Unfortunately, at the moment, we're just closed to members, and that's not our mission. Our whole purpose is to be a resource for the community. We want as many people to come through the space as possible. We want the artists to have opportunity to show their work. We usually have at least one show on exhibit. So we want people to think of the Commons as like another resource in town, to come see artwork, be a resource for people that are working remotely or here as as full-time residents that need space or opportunity to work.
Yeah, everyone we talked to couldn't stop just saying what a great place it was to be, because it gave you a sense of community, a sense of kind of like cheering each other on while you created or worked. Are you still accepting people? Is there still room?
There's always room. We will, we'll always be accepting people. It's just a timeline at this point. We just want to keep our members as safe as possible. And when we can reopen the doors and reopen the windows, that's when we'll welcome people back into the space. And we're already taking on like a list of people that want to use the space come spring.
Oh, that's amazing.
Which is wonderful. And it really is. Like what we've created there is a opportunity, and the magic came from the people that actually came to use the space, and to watch it all evolve is amazing. I'm trying not to use my hands. I just watched that video where I was like this. So I'm trying to be poised, but
it is an interesting thing when you when we started, I started watching myself on camera all the time, and I was just like, oh my God, is that me? Is that what I'm like?
I was aggressive. My grandmother was Italian, so I'm just gonna blame it on that. But the space is actually wonderful, and to watch, it's really one big social experiment, and to watch people kind of interact and cooperate. And we've had people, I have coworkers buying artwork from the studio artists, and then I have co-working members actually collaborating on efforts with each other and getting jobs from each other, and that's really our whole mission. We really want to engage as many people as possible, and we want people to know that the Commons is a resource for the entire community.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, everyone said not only it was a great way of networking with other like-minded artists, but it was also a great way of networking with potential buyers, creating the entire community that you need around you as an artist, which is support, people buying it.
An objective eye. Donna was saying she's been really successful there. I had just met her for the first time. So I'm even learning new artists that I've never encountered before in town. It just seems like a really cool idea.
So other than studio space, sorry, my hands. Other than studio space, we have exhibition space. So if you have a body of work and there's an audience, it's one of the best resources in town to show your work. It's an application process. You can do that on our website. You can apply for studio space online on our website. We have private meeting rooms and then event space when things get back to normal. So there's there's tons of possibilities there. We want people to think of the commons if they have, an idea in mind. We want to collaborate with as many people as possible. We're there. We have space. We have an RFP right now. We have proposals out for sculpture in the front. I'm sure you guys have seen the bull if you've been in town. And we have Maiden Voyage, and then we have Phone on the Wind. And so 2 of those sculptures are leaving, and we're looking for new sculptures to take their place.
That's really cool.
So if you're out there, you have ideas, you have sculptures, please come and talk to us or contact us through our website.
I was hanging out with my pod last night, and as we were watching Drag Race, and I was talking about how I spent my day, and they were like, "Oh my God, that sculpture, that man scares me every single time I walk by it at night."
You're not alone.
Right.
I catch a glimpse from the lounge a couple times, and
you're like,
yeah.
So during non-pandemic times, would a person be able to just kind of like stop through the commons?
Sure. Like I said, we always have at least one exhibit on display. So we want people to think of us when they want to go look at art. And then we will be having open studios when it's safe to do so. It's just an opportunity for the artist to engage with an audience, and there's a possibility of selling their work, which is ideally, we want people to be self-supportive through the commons.
Now, when the theater comes back, are you going to do some more acting on the stage?
Yeah, this is not my my hints.
Listen, last winter I went to see Dave in August Osage County. A lot of my friends were in it. It was an amazing production directed by David Drake. It was so good. And I just thought, right before we went on, I was like, Dave, you're a stage actor, right? And you said that was the first time you'd ever done that?
It was, yeah, and it was my worst fear. This is my worst fear. When they called me yesterday, and that was all a surprise yesterday. It was like, we were not prepared. But
you did it was great.
I'm coming from a place of I want to step outside of my comfort zone. So, yeah, I might be in the drag, possibly, if they do that this year.
What's that?
It's a production. It's a Mae West production that they possibly might be doing this year.
That's awesome. That's exciting.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm just torturing myself at this point. But but that's not my world. I'm just so grateful. Honestly, I've been a part of the community for a while. The fact that I have a year-round job, surrounded by creative people and in an amazing environment, I'm just so lucky. We have such a nice community over there that takes care of each other and looks out for one another. And we're just so lucky that our doors are open right now during COVID. And and that's honestly a testimonial to our executive director Jill Stauffer and our board members. We have an amazing team backing us, so we're completely supported, and not only interior but exterior through the community. So
awesome.
Yeah. It seemed like everyone loved you specifically.
We gave
like the dad of
cupcakes
the
yesterday.
But he described himself as it was facts of life, and you were Miss Garrett.
Well, they said it's like a TV show in here, and I said, yeah, and I'm Mrs. Garrett,
right.
Which is very, very true, pretty much.
Just keeping everyone in line.
Oh my God, that's super sweet.
But yeah, no, I hope you guys. I can't wait to welcome the community back into the space. That space is here for the doors to be open for people to come in, and we're really ecstatic with all the work that has been put forth, and it really is the community that's created there, and not the space itself. It's kind of, we're trying to stay out of its way and let it be what it wants to be. Right. And like I said, we do have a lot of support, and if you're out there, if you're a creative mind, if you need a space to work, please think of the Commons, and follow us on Instagram, Commons P Town. Follow us on Facebook if you want to know or keep in touch with us.
Yeah, you always highlight your shows on your Instagram as well, right?
Yep.
That's perfect. And all the art that I've featured a lot of the art in the video because it was all so incredible and so amazing.
So we're so fortunate at the moment. All of our studio artists work, because normally if you have a studio there, you'd get a show. So all their work is on our walls. So we have all this access to this amazing work. So it just brings the space alive.
Oh, totally. All of it was incredible. My favorite was the pigs.
That's Donna. Yeah, Donna had a whole Orwellian phase. You never know what's on her canvas. Yeah, it's such a treat for me to be able to have access and walk in and see all these creative people, and I watch people's creative process kind of evolve. My hands evolve, and I'm so fortunate to get paid and just be part of this community and just watch. I really want this to succeed, and I'm just very fortunate that I'm
haven't already, be sure to. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. See you later.
Yo, dude. Where's Molly?